Hello, and welcome to Speak and Listen English. The nicest and kindest judge in the world. The life of Judge Frank Caprio. Frank Caprio was born in 1936. He was born in a small house in Providence, Rhode Island. His father was an immigrant from Italy. He worked hard as a milkman to feed his family. Frank's family was very poor. They had little money and lived a simple life. Frank's father always said, "Work hard, be honest." These words stayed in Frank's heart forever. Frank was the eldest child in the family. He helped his father deliver milk every morning. Sometimes he woke up at 4 a.m. He worked before going to school. Frank loved school, but it was not easy for him to study. He had old books and secondhand clothes. Sometimes he felt embarrassed, but he never gave up. Frank loved learning. He wanted to make his parents proud. Frank loved learning. He wanted to make his parents proud. One day, Frank told his father, "Papa, I want to become a lawyer." His father looked at him with surprise. He said, "Son, that is a big dream." Frank smiled and said, "I will work hard. I promise." From that day, Frank studied with passion. He worked during the day and studied at night. Sometimes he had no money for books, so he borrowed books from the library. Years passed. Frank graduated from high school. He went to college, but it was not easy. He cleaned floors and washed dishes to pay fees. His hands were tired, but his mind was strong. He never stopped working for his dream. After many years, Frank finally became a lawyer. It was one of the happiest days of his life. But Frank wanted to do more. He wanted to serve people with kindness. Later, Frank became a judge. He wore the black robe and sat on the bench. But Frank was different from other judges. He judged with his heart, not just the law. People came to his court for small crimes. Parking tickets, speeding, and small mistakes. Instead of shouting or punishing, Frank listened to every person with respect. He asked about their life. He wanted to know their struggles. One day, an old man came to his court. He got a ticket for parking in the wrong place. Frank asked, "Why did this happen?" The man said, "I was taking my sick son to the hospital." Frank looked at him with kind eyes. He said, "Take care of your son. You are free." The man cried and said, "Thank you, Judge." Frank smiled and said, "Be well." Another day, a young mother came with her child. She could not pay the fine. Frank asked why. She said, "I lost my job. I have no money." Frank forgave the fine and gave her hope. He said, "Take care of your child. Good days will come." People started calling him the nicest judge in the world. His videos went viral on the internet. Millions of people watched his kindness. They loved his big heart. Frank showed the world that law can have love. Justice can have humanity. He said, "Everyone has a story. We must listen before we judge." Frank worked as a judge for many years. He helped thousands of people with compassion. Even when he became old, he never stopped smiling in his court. People from all over the world wrote him letters. They said, "You inspired us to be kind." Frank became a hero for kindness. He proved that power is nothing without love. In his last years, Frank spent time with family. He loved his wife, children, and grandchildren. He said, "Family is the greatest gift." He shared his wisdom with young people. Finally, the day came when Frank passed away. The world cried for the nicest judge. But his kindness never died. His story lives in our hearts forever. Frank Caprio taught us an important lesson. No matter how powerful you are, always be kind. He started life as a poor boy. He ended life as a man loved by millions. His journey shows that dreams are possible. Hard work and kindness can change the world. So, never give up on your dream. And never forget to be kind. Thank you for watching Speak and Listen English. Keep listening, keep speaking. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more.